I'm an early bird, so for me, night is for sleeping, not for eating. But that changes every time I'm in Hoi An. It just gets absolutely beautiful here after dark, with lanterns lightening the sky, with candles creating special moody atmosphere. And it's obvious that everybody gets seduced by this charm. What interests me the most are the local night treats. And in this episode of Fine Cuisine, I invite you to dive with me into the vibrant night of Hoi An, to sit on the tiny plastic stools and join the feasting crowd.
Hoi An City never sleeps, and the life here really begins as twilight falls. That's why this city was once noted by Rough Guides, a well-known travel magazine in the UK, as one of the 25 best traveling experiences in the world. The everlasting charm of Hoi An lies in the slippery moonlight on the romantic Huai River, the twinkling lanterns in the street stalls, the special dishes that have been featured in literature and poetry, such as Gallo noodles, bánh xèo or sizzling pancake, or cơm gà, Hoi An chicken rice. Let's follow Kasia in this special journey to discover Hoi An night treats. When in Hoi An, Kasia met an old friend, Chen Tu Li. Li introduced Kasia to the recent changes of Hoi An City and the life of people in the old quarters. However, there are some aspects of Hoi An which have endured the test of time. The distinctive cuisine is one of these features.
I would like to take you to the restaurant in Hoi An town to enjoy the speciality of Hoi An.
Specialty of Hoi An. What's it gonna be?
Gallo.
Gallo.
Do you like it?
Great. I know it's special and I tried it once, but in Hanoi.
Really?
Yeah.
But I think it's not good like in Hoi An
It was okay.
Because right now I would like to take you to the restaurant in Hoi An town and enjoy the Gallo.
Perfect, because I'm really hungry. There is hundreds of Gallo spots in this city, and I never know which one would be the best. So what is the perfect way to find out this spot to try Gallo? Have a local guide and just follow his steps. Ready to eat. Yeah. Follow me.
There are many restaurants around Hoi An Asian town, and it is easy to see the name of Gallo on the highly eye-catching restaurant signs. Gallo has long been regarded as an exemplary dish of Hoi An's cuisine. What really is Gallo? Gallo, a dish with golden yellow noodles, served with shrimps, char siu pork, fresh vegetables, topped with deep-fried crunchy rice noodle croutons. These ingredients are placed in a bowl with Gallo noodles. The sauce extracted from the char siu pork is then added into the bowl. For people who prefer extra flavor, they can enjoy Gallo with fish sauce and Guangnam chilies. According to cultural researchers, Gallo appeared in Hoi An during the 17th century, when the Hoi An trading port was first established and the Nguyen laws permitted foreign merchant ships to come and exchange goods. The intertwining of cultures and people left an enduring and unique legacy, including the specialties of Gallo. The making of Gallo noodles in Hoi An is quite different from the traditional noodle making methods of Vietnamese people. Vietnamese people often soak rice in water, grind the rice into a mixture, and steam the glue-like substance into rice papers. The cooked rice papers are then cut into desired shapes. Gallo noodles may resemble Guang noodles, but they are made from rice after soaking in ash water that has been mixed with ash to create a light solution. then rolled into thin layers and cut into long thread noodles before steaming. This cooking method is fairly similar to the customary udon noodle making method of Japanese people. Until now, there is a secret of making Gallo noodles that has been well preserved among Hoi An families. They just use the water taken from Baguettes well to make noodles. This is a very famous well that provides water for many families as well as Gallo restaurants in Hoi An. When cashier asked about the name of Gallo, Tuli gave some explanations, but in her opinion, cultural experts have spent a great effort for researching the origin of this moniker.
At that time, people come here and eat Gallo, but not sit in the ground like this.
Okay.
But they eat Gallo in the floor.
Like second floor?
Yes, maybe the second floor. You can see the structure of the old house in Hoi An town. We have the second floor. Cao is mean high, and low in the floor. You know?
Okay, so high floor.
Yeah,
the
high
meaning
floor.
of the dish.
And
that it's eaten at the high floor.
anything is special. This is for just for the rich people.
It is not so important whether this explanation is true or not. Still, we can clearly see the exchange of cultures at one of the busiest ports in Southeast Asia during the 17th and 18th centuries. The trading activities in the past had left a lasting influence on the local cuisine and created the reputation for the famous dish of Hoi An. It's a very simple stage with basic lighting and no red carpet. And the artist is equipped with a few instruments. Nevertheless, this tuong or boy singing stage still manages to captivate the passers-by. Along the streets of Hoi An, tourists can join in the local cultural activities. Every Saturday night and on the 15th day of the lunar month near the Japanese bridge, these artists sing century-old, nostalgic and expressive melodies. After listening to the melodious sounds from the boat singing stage, your appetite will likely to be stimulated. Since the meal portion of Hoi An is relatively small, how about we try some cơm gà or chicken rice?
A friend told me that when I come to Hoi An, I have to try cơm gà. Apparently this is chicken and rice, and it doesn't seem very appealing to me, especially amongst the variety of foods that this city has to offer. But I decided to follow the advice and give it a try. So here I am, and there it is. Some lemon. Okay, people, forget about grilled chicken. This is the way you want to eat chicken from today. It resembles a salad. It's very light, with my favorite herb. I think it's rau ram, I'm not sure. I need to know how to make this flavorful, stunning dish.
In a modest-sized kitchen, Ling, the restaurant owner, is meticulously preparing the food. A plate of cơm gà is characterized by the moderate stickiness and fragrance of rice, the succulence of chicken, the crunchiness and sour taste of papaya strips, the buttery flavor of sauce reduced from cooking the chicken intestines, the bitterness and spiciness of Vietnamese mint, onion and chili. The chicken must be free-range hens, so the meat would be firm, chewy, and the chicken broth would be highly savory. After being boiled, the meat is cooled and shredded into bits. That feature retains both the skin and the meat.
This is another interesting thing in Vietnamese cuisine, and prepare that you will see the skin of the animals like chicken or other parts that you're not used to eating in your dish. But believe me, just chew it, just bite into it, and you will be satisfied.
After being cleaned, rice is stir-fried with garlic. Then chicken broth is added to the rice with crushed garlic and turmeric powder to make the rice fragrant and golden-hued.
Beautiful, vibrant color, smell, aroma. That's the base.
Now we stir-fry chicken intestines with dried shallots and garlic to make the sauce.
Beautiful. Just a couple ingredients and a special local sauce to create aromatic, colorful, amazing dish, specialty of Hoi An, cơm gà.
It's believed that cơm gà in Hoi An City requires a similar cooking method to Hainanese chicken rice, which was introduced to Hoi An some centuries ago. However, Hoi An's cơm gà has its own unique features of Quảng Nam cuisine and culture. Hoi An Asian Town is small, as it only takes half a day to visit the whole area. Still, tasting all the delicacies of Hoi An may take many days. There are distinctive Quảng Nam dishes here, such as Gallo or cơm gà, but there are also cuisines of other regions.
There is this interesting tradition in Hoi An that all the cooks use the water from one well to cook the noodles, especially cao lao noodles. When I was doing the research, I found out that there is the restaurant Baguettes, and it's supposed to be very famous and serve a special, delicious food. And I'm just trying to find it. It's just a little bit hard, but there's one man there. I will just ask him.
When first hearing the name of nem lụi, thịt nướng, bánh xèo, or ram cuốn, many people would think of southern influenced dishes. Here, these dishes are prepared and served by a Hoi An local.
Tôi cũng ghiền ăn chả giò đó, mà thường gọi ở Hội An là cây ram cuốn. Rồi tôi mới mở ra tôi bán. Tôi cũng nghĩ là nhiều người cũng thích ăn giống như tôi. Mùa mưa là miền Trung thường người ta hay ăn bánh xèo, cho nên tôi mở thêm món bánh xèo.
Bánh xèo or sizzling pancake is a typical dish of Vietnam. However, each region has its own variation and cooking method, as to save the local taste and food ingredients. Although this is a popular street food, making bánh xèo requires a lot of meticulousness and practice. To have a delicious bánh xèo, the cook brings care and attention to every single detail, from making the dough, ensuring its golden hue, to maintaining a thin crispy outer layer of the pancake, while preventing it from either cracking or getting burned.
Cái bột của nhà tôi là bột gỗ nguyên chất luôn. Tôi không hề trộn một cái gì vô hết. Cho nên có bột gỗ đó khi mình đúc lên là cái bánh xèo nó rất là thơm.
Bánh xèo is filled with fresh bean sprouts and some shrimps. The freshness and sweetness of shrimps are essential to the taste of bánh xèo. Some people say that the sizzle of the batter meeting hot oil was the inspiration behind the name bánh xèo. One of the most favorite dishes in this restaurant is chả ram tôm đất, or shrimp spring rolls. Normally, the traditional fried spring rolls require many ingredients such as pork, shrimps, carrots, noodles, and mushrooms. However, this dish is easy to make with rice paper, shrimps, and onions. You just need to wrap the rice paper outside 1 or 2 shrimps and add 1 piece of scallion to have a small roll the size of a finger.
Cái bánh tráng tôi chỉ đặt ở trên cái chỗ cái lò nguyên họ làm bánh tráng được không? Theo cái ý kiến của tôi không bỏ muối vào cái bánh, bởi vì nó không có muối ở trong cái bánh tráng đó. Cho nên nó càng ngày nó càng ram lên là nó càng dầu cái bánh tráng mãi, cái ram mãi.
Hey,
It's for you.
everything. This is for one person.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? This looks like my whole family could.
14. Okay.
Mai, the owner of the restaurant, always shows new visitors how to enjoy the dish. First, they must press the rice paper onto a dish, add some herbs and grilled pork satay or grilled pork and 1 spring roll. Then they wrap them all together and dip in the sauce.
Very good.
Very good.
Each restaurant has its own way of making the sauce. Bill Well Restaurant is the most famous for this sauce in Hội An. It is made from soybean, ground meat, pig liver, and many other ingredients. The quality of the sauce plays an important part in the success of the bánh xèo or spring rolls.
Ở nhà thì ai cũng có thể làm chả giò cũng giống như nhà tôi được, cũng như bánh xèo được. Nhưng cái bí quyết của nhà tôi là cái nước sốt. Khi người ta chấm vô một miếng là người ta có thể là gục đầu và tự nhiên cho người họ ăn thấy ngon. Cũng như những người khách tới, có bụng người ta no rồi nhưng mà người ta kêu ăn cái nước chấm nhà cô rất là ngon, làm cho tôi ngon miệng, tôi ăn mãi cũng vẫn được.
Now I know why there is so much food on the table. Because I will eat everything, absolutely everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Among the top tourist attractions in Hội An City, for the last 20 years, Baguettes restaurant has contributed to the city's food scene, which ranks the 6th in the list of 25 best cuisines in the world. It is not surprising why Bill Well is so highly recommended in tourism forums on the internet.
We know a little bit about the history of this restaurant, the Bar Well, and that it's very famous. A lot of tourists come here. Our guide has been very, very good in taking us to a number of really good restaurants. We've had a really good night tonight, and we've sampled a wide selection of Vietnam's culinary delights.
Some people from the hotel just told us about this place, and they said it was really nice food. So we decided to have a try. Tasting good, and they really helped us nicely. So that's a good combination.
Bill Well attracts customers with its delicious dishes and the owner's hospitality. Although the restaurant is always crowded, Mai happily shows each table how to enjoy the food in the right way. Her generosity impresses many tourists.
There are thousands of banh mi sellers in this country, and me myself, I guess I tried dozens, if not over 100, of this most popular sandwich in the world. Sometimes treating them as a quick snack on a go, and sometimes looking throughout the whole city to find the most recommended seller. What is special about banh mi is the baguette, the French influence on Vietnamese cuisine. And Hội An is supposed to have the best baguettes in the world.
In 2009, in his trip to Vietnam, the famous chef Anthony Bourdain tried and called Hội An's bánh mì the best in this world. He praised the cooks who skillfully cut the baguette, pouring onto it the sauce, adding some butter and pate, as well as grilled pork and chả lụa, or pork bologna. Tourists come to Hoi An City to enjoy this familiar yet distinct bánh mì and discover its deliciousness, and has interviewed a culinary critic such as Anthony Bourdain. The baguette must be warm to ensure a crispy crust yet a soft inside. Apart from pork and chả lụa, bánh mì of Hoi An City impresses tourists with meat mixed with meat ingredients and one important factor, pate. Herbs from Cha Quế village and pickled papaya add more flavors to the dish. The sauce is the broth in which the char siu pork was made, mixed with spices. A bánh mì is the combination of sauce, pate, ground meat and herbs. The colors of all ingredients are sure to whet any diner's appetite. Are you a bit tired after our long culinary adventure? Now we will travel with Kasia to a very crowded and joyful place, which is the food street at night. It feels like traveling to the ancient Hoi An when sitting in a food stall on the bank of Hua River. On this street, you can find numerous food items such as Gallo and Mi Quảng at great prices.
Hoi An is so inviting, especially when it comes to the food in the night. The best thing is that you can leave the ancient town and you will still find the places where the crowd is just sitting and enjoying the night treats.
Next to the Hua River, the ordinary lives of the residents carry on. From 6 to 9 p.m. each night, the food street is invigorated and busy again, energized by the activities of food vendors and foreign tourists. This young married couple first came to Hoi An 5 years ago, and this return has definitely been special for them.
We're celebrating our honeymoon in Hoi An. The food here is amazing. Everything that you try for the street food is just delicious. My husband has tried pretty much every dish from Hoi An that there is. We just love it.
Hoi An is somewhere that we've looked forward to coming back to. It's just one of those beautiful places, has never left our memories, and it's really good to be back. The food, the architecture, the nightlife, everything about it's pretty special.
The multicolored lanterns sprinkle in the dark of the night. The flower-shaped candles are released onto the Hua River, bringing along the wishes and prayers of travelers from all over the world. This trip to Hoi An will be an unforgettable memory for Kasia before returning to Poland.
Having tried such diversity of foods as charam, delicious komga, or the local specialty kao lao, I just have to admit that Hoi An is a foodie heaven. And I am happy to be a sinner while in here. Just keep repeating to myself, I just can't go to sleep when there is so much deliciousness going on around. Thank you for being my guests and enjoying those little sins of Hoi An together.